It had been a few days since Mavis's accident, and Percy was already busier than ever. He had to pull the freight cars from the quarry at daytime and pull the mail train at nighttime. He was very tired and exhausted, so he had to rest before he can continue doing Mavis's job. So Toby was able to help, but he couldn't just help Percy with the work all the time because he had to take care of his passengers. So Terence came to help. Percy was confused.
Why are you helping us? You're not an engine.
Because I can go anywhere. I don't need to run on rails every 24 hours. I could go on rails and get coupled with the trucks just fine. Maybe you should be like me instead of that.
Pah! Me ploughing a field? I prefer to stay on the rails, thank you.
Actually, steam engines did plow fields a long time ago.
He does have a point, Percy. I mean, look at Trevor.
I guess you're right. Sorry, Terence.
That's alright. Now I better get to work while you two are resting.
So Terence left the two engines behind and started working at the sidings. He shunted the cars to their rightful places. After he was done, the other engines would take the freight they needed and leave with them. The next day, when Toby got up, he felt like he had the energy to start working at the quarry again. But he could also feel the cold breeze getting to him. The tracks were a bit frosty, and Toby's fire was the only thing that's keeping him warm.
The weather is sure getting worse.
After he dropped off the empty freight cars, he was puffing his way back to his shed, where he doesn't have to feel the cold breeze hitting him all the time. But there was trouble ahead. The cold breeze had frozen the crossing tracks overnight, and it's now covered in cold ice. But Toby didn't know this. By the time he did, he slided off the tracks and went onto the road.
Whoa, Nelly!
At last, he came to a halt. His driver and fireman walked out, and Toby was horrified.
Driver, what just happened?
It looks like the breeze froze the tracks over the crossing lane from last night.
Oh dear, now what do we do?
I would say call for help, but I do have an idea.
His driver and fireman poured out a lot of sand that led to the tracks, so Toby can slowly and carefully go backwards to the crossing lane. But Toby wasn't sure about his driver's idea.
Are you sure about this, driver?
Of course, Toby. It is worth a try.
Toby started to go backwards. He was shaking from left to right a little, but he was going slow. And when he made it to the crossing lane, his wheels finally made it to the tracks. At last, he felt all of his wheels landing on the tracks, and he came to a stop. He sighed with relief, and was very happy that he was back on the tracks instead of on the road.
I'll let the back controller know about the icy rails when we get to the sheds.
After he called Sir Topham Hatt, he immediately got into his car and drove towards the sheds. When he got there, he started to talk to Toby.
What was it I hear about you coming off the rails? Were you trying to be a traction engine like Trevor?
Oh no, definitely not, sir.
Then he told Sir Topham Hatt about what Terence told him and Percy. He let out a chuckle.
If I were you, I would leave the roads to what they are made for. You better make sure that you stay on the rails next time. I think they are more comfortable than what roads are.
I couldn't agree less, sir.
When the next day came, Mavis was completely fixed and was back to working. Now Toby and Percy wouldn't need to do her chores anymore. They can now be really busy engines.